Zeke, you also platinumed Astro Bot. Let's talk about that first. And we got to convince Ko to somehow play it. But it's going to be a tall task to get Ko to play a platformer.
Astro Bot is, I would say, the best 3D platformer since Mario 64. It gave me this, like, when I first played Mario 64 when it was brand new, it gave me that same sort of like, like there's places you can go, there's secrets, it's fun, it's responsive, it works very intuitively. There was only a couple of times with 3D platformers, a lot of times it's hard to, like, and it was still hard for me to judge, like, depth of perception. I would yell that all the time when I was playing through it.
Sure.
Where I didn't know how far away, like, in front of me the platform was. But it was very seldom, and it was my own fault or my own, like, shortcomings, I guess. Nothing in the game, I would say, felt like absolute bullshit. There were like 3, like, out of all of the levels you can do, there was 3 of them that were pretty fucking hard that took me quite a bit to beat them. Sure. They're the challenge levels or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
There was, and I'll just be very, very vague. There was the lava, the final challenge level, and then there was the, what was the third one? There was
like 2 fire ones that were pretty hard.
Oh, the square.
Sure.
I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
Square challenge. One of those guys. Other than that, the game is not super challenging. What the game lacks in challenge, if that's your thing, the challenge for me became finding everything. The joy of discovery. The joy of, like, every single platform that's raised, you find yourself, like, going to the edge and looking over to see if there's, like, something underneath the platform. You're looking at every little, like, thing, and it's just, they're not so well hidden that you can't find them. They're hidden just enough where you're just like, oh shit, I see that little sparkly thing. I'm gonna go get that. And then you figure out a way to go get that. And it's non-stop action. It's just moving. There's very, very, very little idle time if you don't want there to be. You can just go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And they are so vastly different. Like, the level themes are so vastly different that it's just so fun that you, like, for the space of, less than an hour, you're in the ghost land and you're really enjoying it. And then the very next level is like tropical beach island. And then the next level is something completely different than that. And they all are, even to get all the puzzle pieces and all the bots, relatively short, but they keep it so, like, new. Everything is new. It's nothing gets, like, it never got, like, super samey. As far as not only the level design, the things in the level, but the music. Music is fucking stellar. It is amazing. It's really, really, really good throughout the game, and it changes. But like, the thing is, it keeps a central theme. So all the music changes, but it still feels very in tune with the Astro Bot kind of theme, the robot kind of thing. And I just had, like, hours. This is one of those rare games where hours just, like, melted off. I would look up and it's like 5 o'clock, and I'm like, holy shit, I've been playing for 5 hours or 4 hours already. I haven't even gotten up to take a break. Yeah. It's one of those.
That was me on Monday. So I think I 2-sat this game. It might have been 3 streams. But on Monday, I was like, I want to finish this game. Satisfactory comes out this week. Like, let's do it. It was an 11-hour stream on Monday, and it felt like 30 minutes. It went by so fast, dude. And especially because towards the end, like, those levels get harder and harder. And so you're just so focused in on what's happening that you're not thinking about anything else around you. So I looked outside, I was like, oh shit, the sun's not up anymore. Like, where the fuck happened? Yeah. Is an absolute blast.
And having, I'm sure you probably had this person or people in chat. I had a couple, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck is this bot. Like, and I'm like, oh, it's an obscure PS1 title from 2000 and blank. and it had one game that was really, really good, but you know, you probably never heard of it. And I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Hipsters.
yeah.
A little bit hipster, yeah. I mean, for some people,
but it
it was
also had,
also
like-
like emotional
Yeah.
responses
Oh, completely. Yeah, for sure.
to it. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They had a lot of cool nostalgia. Remembering like, you know, the old, like remembering what Sony actually has the rights to use
Yep.
was kind of crazy for me. It's like, holy shit, they have the right to use this, even though like it's not a wholly owned Sony property. Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
And yeah, it runs the gamut from like the beginning days of Sony to like now, as far as like the references go and shit like that. And I found myself, I don't do this a lot, but I found myself like in the hub world where the bots like are collected and they hang out. You do like, okay, the setup is this. Through each level, you gather up puzzle pieces and bots. The puzzle pieces are for building extra shit in the hub. Like the extra shit being like new, like where you house the skins for your bot, where you do the gacha to get said skins. Those are what the puzzle pieces for.
Yeah.
The bots, they get collected at the hub and you can like interact with them. And there's 300 of them by the end of the game. So I found myself giggling like a young boy, just giggling at some of their, like, you hit them and they do this like funny little action. And you're just like, oh my God, that is so that character. That character would absolutely totally do that.
Dude,
if they were a baby shaped bot.
You're 100% correct, because I don't know whose job it was on the dev team to like make each one of those so reverent of the source material, but
yeah,
they nailed every single one of them. Like you walk up to Solid Snake and his thing is like he's in a box. And so he like,
oh, that's perfect.
You hit the box and then like a nudie magazine pops out in front of him and his hand comes out and grabs it back inside the box. And that's like,
because
that's perfect.
Yeah, because in the game, one of the distraction techniques in Metal Gear is to leave a nudie magazine out and a guard will go, oh my God, look at that.
Yep. There's a Bloodborne one. There's so many.
Someone in my chat just said this, and it sounds like you guys would agree with this. It sounds like they were incredibly respectful to the IPs when they were using them. Like there was clearly a lot of
1000%.
Yeah. Not just using them, but
just
like understanding and.
Respectful wasn't a word I would use. I would say they're fans, like fans of the games. Like they wanted to do it justice because they love this particular IP.
And there's a lot, yeah. I mean, they even have Kiryu in here, and
there's a Kiryu bot.
There's a Kiryu bot, and you go and interact with them. Is it spoilers to say what their interactions are, Zeke? You tell me.
But wait, Sony.
I mean, not really. I mean, it's it's a fun little thing, and but the thing is, you can spoil what happens, but it's still really fun to see it.
True,
so,
it's one thing to see it animated, yeah.
So wait, Kiryu is not. That's RGG, not Sony. So is there a lot of non-Sony stuff in here?
A good amount, a good amount.
Oh,
there's games that are
permission to use it, but they don't own the product.
Yes, yeah. Like Demon Souls.
Oh, Zeke. Oh.
He's fine. Yeah. Okay. Demon Souls is in here. Street Fighter's in there. Like any like big game from the PlayStation history is featured there. I can't really think of anything that was like. I guess the big one that everyone's kind of talking about is there's no Square.
Bloodborne.
No, Bloodborne's in there.
Yeah,
Bloodborne's in there.
Oh, Bloodborne is in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bloodborne and Demon Souls.
Yeah. But there's no Square stuff, and so obviously that's a big one for like Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that. Is there Soul Reaver? Yep. Crash is in there.
Soul Reaver's in there.
Yeah.
Raziel.
Yeah, Kane's in there.
Kind of surprised there's no Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah, that's
huge.
That's one of the talking things around the game is that Square wasn't, I guess, didn't want to be involved for whatever reason, you know.
Well, I mean, didn't we get some interesting quotes from Square with the sales of Rebirth and their console exclusivity and stuff like that? So I wonder if they're not super jazzed with each other currently.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows? The These levels, Zeke, by the way, the ones where you can freeze time, they were some of my favorite levels. Because I just thought the way that you do things was so fucking clever. Like the casino level, when
That casino level was great.
like a slot machine shot coins out at you in real time and it was too fast, but when you slow time, you're like fucking jumping from coin to coin. You're just like, this is great. This is video game. Like I'm playing a video game right now. It just feels so good. It just puts a smile on your face, man. So cool.
My speaking of like favorites,
Wait,
my
what? Hold on. The Days Gone developer was pissed that their character was in the game?
Yeah, there's some drama around that. Yeah. Well, there's drama because he's an asshole, ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you know, like the tough guy, like, I don't want my character to be portrayed like a baby bot.
Wait, you aren't talking
like,
about
dude,
you aren't talking about
fucking
Sam
relax.
Witwer, are you?
No, that's the voice actor. He's
Sam Witwer's awesome.
Yeah, Sam Witwer's great. He's saying the game director. The game director is the one that's
Wow, really?
Yeah. He's kind of a chud.
Yeah.
So
Really? Ugh,
Yeah.
God, that's icky.
he's a douche.
It was, yeah.
Bro, don't worry about it. Your game's
minor,
never
but-
going to get made again because it didn't meet sales expectations. You're fine.
Yeah. Oh no, that actually came out. Didn't that part of that story was that it wasn't Sony that said no to Days Gone 2, it was the developers? I think that was part of the story. Like he
Excuse me?
I think he said that. Yeah.
So wait. You're telling me
a sequel.
You're telling me the dingus that just said that ridiculous quote is also the reason I don't get a Days Gone 2?
Well, it was the studio, not necessarily him, but he might have been a part of those conversations. He's no longer with Sony, I don't think. But
how are you going to have an ending like Days Gone 1 and make the choice to not make a Days Gone 2? How? What?
Oh, so
you sure this was? Wait,
chat.
Are we talking about? Are we going back to Mr. Cox right now? Is that what's
It
going
wasn't Mr. Cox. Chat says it right
Okay.
here. Cosmic Joker says they did meet sales expectations. He just refused to pitch a second game. So it was solely
But
his fault.
apparently, this guy no longer works for the company.
Yeah, he left a long time ago. Yeah.
So someone else could make it. So there's still. You're saying there's a chance.
Unless he took the IP with him, I have no idea how that would, if he could do such a thing, but maybe. Oh, he got fired. He didn't leave. Okay.
Oh, Cryptic says apparently he was a huge asshole to the rest of the devs, and the other devs don't want to work with him or the IP. Wait, what?
There you go.
Okay, I did not. I missed all this.
It's just
apparently.
this guy. It's just this douchebag.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
I will look into that more.
Yeah. Anyway, Zeke.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think you're gonna say your favorite levels.
Yeah, my consistently favorite levels of the game were the theme ones, the ones that were themed around a specific game or character.
Yeah,
And-
those are great.
Yeah. And I think like it was tough to pick a favorite because everybody kept asking after I got like closer and closer to completing the game. Like, what was your favorite game? What's your favorite level so far? What's your favorite level so far? And the casino one was great, but I think my personal prize goes to and I don't want to, I mean, is it spoiling to say who it's based around? I mean, it's a huge Sony IP, so you know they're going to be in this probably. Was the
I won't get
Horizon?
spoiled. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. Horizon. Was
Yeah, the
good.
Horizon level was
My
phenomenal. It was my favorite. Absolutely.
my favorite level in the entire game was the cat one. The very early cat one, where you walk up and you can do the shrinking and getting bigger deal. That was just
Oh, you mean the mouse one?
Or yeah, sorry, the mouse one. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Misspoke. The mouse one. That's
Yeah.
the best one. Only because
No,
it's
the-
like
the-
such a simple level. Everything about this game is maybe why it's so incredible. The entire game is simple. Nothing about this
Yeah.
game is complex. But from like fucking second one till the final second, you're just like, hell yeah. Like this is a fucking video game. I'm
it
playing
is.
a
It's
goddamn video game, man. It's great. It was
It just-
I
It's
love that you
super
keep
joyful to
coming
play.
back to that thing.
because
Like,
the entire time I'm
Yeah.
playing it, I just had a smile on my face, and I'm just like it. Donkey, video game Donkey, put out a video. He's a content creator. He makes a lot of like satirical videos. He put out a video on this game, and the entire time, he's just going, oh, that's so fucking smart. Oh, that's so fucking smart. And he's being kind of satirical, but that's actually what you do when you're playing this game. And then, of course, you have no idea where these IPs are from. So he just says the wrong IP. He sees like Spyro and he's like, oh man, that's fucking Dragon Age right there. And that's the whole theme of the video, right? But like, that's what you do when you play the game is he's just like, that's so clever. That's such a cute little thing that look at that little animation that they put on that guy that they had there's no need for that to occur. But the fact that they did it just brings me a small bit of joy that it exists. That's Astro Bot in a nutshell. At least it was for me. It's just everything in it is just so smart, so cute, and so like very simple. No complexity around it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it, Zeke. I think you kind of shared the same thing with it being the best platformer for you in a long, long time.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. It's just our 3D platformer, but yes,
yeah.
That was a kind of a sticking point for me. I was like, oh, 3D platformers. I am really not super great at these, but at no time did I feel like I couldn't do it. You know?
Yeah.
Or that it's just like the controls are really intuitive in the game, and the parts that seem like they might be hard are not. Once you get it, they become, you know, not trivial, but like fun, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like these sections always fucked me. Like I had a tough time with these sections because those guys, those green spitters, man, they had it out for me. The green and purple, whatever, all the different colored spitter guys would just bullseye me like from downtown. Like they'd notice me once, I'd run away and they'd be like, pew! And I'd be like, I forgot you were even alive. Like I'd start over again. Like, God damn.
Oh, I mean, they do some devilish things on some of those challenge levels where they put one at the very end of like a giant jump, and if the cycling of the level is off, they like shoot one right as you're about to land. Yeah, I had that happen multiple times, and it was very frustrating. But in like a good frustration because the game loads so fast, you don't even have time to be pissed off. You're just like right back in it.
That's always good.
Yeah, like it's
one of the reasons I hated Tarkov so much when I played it.
Yeah, there's
you fail and then you get to sit there and think about it for 15 minutes.
Oh no, this is like
the next.
This is maybe a 2-second load, if that.
That's awesome.
You're just like right back in it.
I'm glad I'm showing this off because this is how the bots, like when you see them, if they're just standing on their feet, if you get close enough to them, they turn around and just wiggle their ass at you. Because how you save them is you kick them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kick them or slap them or something. And they're just like, come on.
Yeah.
Come and get it.
You know you want to.
It's adorable.
It's another shared thought that I saw, and I agree with. The one thing I think the game is lacking is I think Astro Bot like has he's like a good character, but there's no like Bowser. There's no like
there's no anti-hero.
Yeah, there's no like anti-hero.
Antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I wish that there was kind of something like that, but
there is a central villain.
It's
not. It's a
nothing.
generic central villain. You know, it doesn't have a ton of personality.
Yeah, and I don't know how. At the end of the day, I guess they kind of created their own IP with Astro Bot, but at the same time, it could be argued that Astro Bot is just an extension of like the PlayStation IP, so there's not really any original IP in this. I don't know.
Someone in my chat, they already have Jim Ryan. Why do they need another villain?
Just make Jim Ryan the boss. Yeah. Oh, they need to make an anti-bot? That'd be perfect, actually. Just make a bad bot.
An anti-bot.
No, I absolutely agree with you,
with
JP.
red eyes and like an angry eyes. Oh, dude, that's it. You're done. You're done.
I think they definitely have room to have a nemesis.
Yeah.
Now this we're getting into it now.
Oh, is
these
this
are the challenge levels?
Oh yeah. Dude, I had so much fun with these.
Yeah. Oh, I did too. Like if you just watch a video of like either of us like completing it, it looks amazing because the movement in it is it's smooth, it's fast, it's responsive, it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it takes you several tries to get through, or at least took me several tries to get through some of these.
Yeah. Oh,
But
100%.
once you get it down, the muscle memory of the level down, it's probably really cool to watch. And people have said this throughout Astro Bot, and I could not agree more. I can't wait for speedruns of this. This is going to be amazing to watch. It's going to be like Mario Odyssey speedruns.
Yep.
Like with the movement tech.
It'll be really, really cool to watch for sure. Without question. I think this will come up on a lot of the Game of the Year list. I think for a lot of people, it's already there. Game of the Year. Year's not over. Still got a couple more games to come out before that all gets set in stone for folk. But yeah, I think you'll see this again. The big question is, you know, I guess if there is a big question of that Game of the Year stuff, is like, can it, for a lot of people, take Wukong off the block? Because I think that's Game of the Year for a lot of folk. But we will see. We'll see how it all shakes down. I saw some early reports for this, sales-wise, that it's not doing well at all, which is a
Really?
little concerning.
That's too bad.
Even though it's a console exclusive, like
Yeah, I
taking
think
that into account.
I also want to state that I want to say those financial reports were Japan only, so it might just be a regional thing. But I would think that like Japan would see this and be like, "This is great."
Yeah,
but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I hope it does incredibly well for them. It is very well received critically, and I haven't really seen anyone say like, "No, that's a bad game."
I've only heard good things
Yeah.
myself. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
I was
seems-
surprised to hear about the sales.